with Jim Jackson. The Brooklyn Nets start with Shamet, Kyrie Irving, Green, Harris, and Jordan. Their starting five here today. No KD. And, of course, no James Harden. Bledsoe, Ball, Ingram, Whitmore for the Pelicans. And, Jimmy, this ball game tonight, you got a team in the Brooklyn Nets that are sitting comfortably in what looks like a three-horse race in the Eastern Conference. But I think the story right now, the playoffs have already started for the New Orleans Pelicans. Do they have enough to find their...
The question is, can they finish the games? Two back-to-back losses in overtime to the Wizards, and then the Knicks, as a young team, learning to deal with adversity and how to fight through it is the question. And keep in mind, they played Golden State 3 times down the stretch. Golden State is in 9th, they're in 11th, so very interesting to see how it transpires.
Good start for the Pels. A couple of made baskets from Ball and Williamson. Ball knocks down the first 3 for New Orleans. And here's DeAndre Jordan. Nice slip to the basket. Lays it in. Coming off losses in their last matchups on Sunday, both in the national spotlight on Sunday for Stan Van Gundy, and the New Orleans continues to stay hot for the Nets. There's Ball again. Quick release. This is going to be up and down, Jimmy. These two teams lack a bit on the defensive end. And if you're the New Orleans Pelicans, you're going to go from the staunch defensive team in the Knicks to a pretty porous defensive club in the Brooklyn Nets. They're already flying as Bledsoe hits a 3. What a start.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting about both teams. Brooklyn, actually, with KD and Durant out, actually their defensive rating is a little bit better than what it was if maybe when all 3 are together. And the issue with New Orleans is not...
Hall of Fame member as Harris misses a 3. Steve Nash telling us before the game today, Jimmy, it's frustrating not to be able to get the pieces together. Kevin Durant had to leave Sunday's game with a thigh injury as Zion goes strong and finishes. But he's hopeful. He's only trying to handle what he can handle and what's in front of him. And that's all he can do right now. This is a loaded squad in the Brooklyn Nets, but they are having a tough time getting their pieces on the floor together. And we're running out of schedule here.
Yeah, and that's the issue. It's not a matter of talent with this Brooklyn team. It's the continuity aspect of, see, Brandon Ingram right there tonight. And what I mean by that is that you go through a lot during the course of the season, and you develop some kind of chemistry, who can go at the end of the game, what to do, how to react to situations. And the big 3 haven't been together long enough to develop those scars. So it'll be very interesting down the stretch or even in the playoffs how they respond to adversity.
Those 3, only the Clippers have a better offensive rating in the NBA, but Brooklyn 25th in the league defensively as Zion again strong to the basket. He scores it, and a lot of shot making early here. It's a 9-0 New Orleans. Brooklyn lost on a buzzer beater by Bam Adebayo in the Miami Heat on Sunday.
Talk a lot about the big 3 and how they'll react, and nice pass. You see the playmaking ability right there, not from design, not just putting the ball on the deck and scoring, but the beautiful bounce pass inside to Steven Adams. But keep in mind, Steve Nash hasn't had his full complement of players in order for him to understand coaching and what he needs to do. Who does he go to? What plays does he call? What can he rely on? So it's going to be a learning process, evaluation process for Steve Nash as well.
Well, Williamson goes hard to the basket. He is fouled at level of defense.
So
New Orleans is now 7 of 8 from the field. They've knocked down a couple of free throws. They've hit 2 threes already, and they're up 18-8.
Don't discredit the Brooklyn defense like the All-Star game. Come on, BA. It's not that bad.
I just said trending that way. Trending that way. Here's Green now for 3 as Shamet with a nice leave, and there's Adams who clears it. New Orleans is a terrific rebounding team. Defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds. They're currently 3rd in the NBA in offensive rebounds. A lot of their work comes to...
Now his name is very relevant, and people are talking about that, especially if they continue to play well in that 9th spot, about him being the MVP. I still think it's Jokic to lose from that perspective, but I love the intrigue behind it because of the way Steph has been playing.
Stephen, by the way, just to finish up that thought, he has made 10 threes in 4 of his last 5 games. Just by comparison, he is there as well. Brandon Ingram adds to this New Orleans lead. Pelicans are 9 of 12 to start this game. They lead by 12 after they went on a 16-0 run. Brooklyn a very slow start after a heartbreaking loss in Miami on Sunday.
Well, and that's what you like to see more. You've seen it more this year from Joe Harris. See Bledsoe with the long, short jump shot, not just relying on his jump shooting ability, but worked on really lateral quickness and putting the ball on the deck, mixing up his game, so to speak, in order to keep the defense at bay.
Here's Joe Harris, silky smooth, and a two-pointer for Harris. He's all healthy and back together for Brooklyn. Look out for Joe Harris. With those three getting all that attention, he could go off in these playoffs.
And how many times
5
have you
minutes to go,
seen it?
Kyrie Irving finds Harris inside. Jordan is open, and Ball wisely gathers him up.